Yeah, welcome to the fourth episode of Building the Cozy Strakes. Hopefully, this has been helpful for you. This will be a relatively short one. I'm going to start with a little discussion about peel ply. Okay, I just got to talk about this for a second because it's a little bit concerning. It's something that I think builders, I feel strongly about my choices, and other builders may not. The discussion here is about peel ply. I don't know. You probably can't really tell, but if you were to look at these two pieces in real life, they are essentially the same. Um, these two surfaces, but when I grabbed this one, it felt slicker, marginally slicker than this one, and I was concerned that this had peel ply on it, which it does. And so this piece was cut and the peel ply was left on. And, here it is 3 years later. Do you know if the peel ply is on or do you not? And so the industry came up with peel ply that has these red stripes in it. I strongly recommend using red stripe peel ply, particularly for a part that you're planning on leaving peel ply on for a long time. So there's some discussions about different varieties of peel ply that you can dig into, and people have suggested that different materials used for peel ply can affect the bonding properties, and I think the industry has decided that really that was false research, or research that didn't really pan out. Anyway, if you buy peel ply from a reputable supplier and don't use polyester sheets or whatever the heck was used here, I think just pay for the right stuff and get the stuff with the stripes in it. That's my personal opinion. Um, Thanks. And place a nut on this brass bolt and screw it down and lock it into place. So our grounding wire epoxied in, and we also got our vent line epoxied in on both sides. Our screen is epoxied in. We've got to glue this one in, which is the vent for the back, and then fill this whole corner with epoxy and lock all these things down. I'm also going to go ahead and use some of this fuel tank sealant, the thick stuff, to tack this down every few inches so it doesn't vibrate, and secure this vent line a couple of places as well, particularly as it goes around these corners, to make sure that it doesn't vibrate and open up or anything like that. So we use this to bend our vent tubing, but it wouldn't fit here. So we found this on Thingiverse and modified it so it's just a half section. Actually found this one on Thingiverse, and to make these bends right here without kinking. So these are inboard of where this fairing's going to go here in the back, but this one's not. I'm going to move it inboard a little bit. Measure once, measure twice, cut once, and I didn't. Anyway, I'll have to fix that. There, moved, no problem, hopefully. Our static ground line has been tacked down with fuel sealant, as has our vent tubes, every 6 inches or 4 inches thereabouts. So this conduit here in the front is just a plastic split conduit, and I think you may recall there's a gap here with the top skin, and I think what I'm going to do is fill this void in here with foam. I don't want that expanding foam to get into this conduit, this split conduit, so I just put a little masking tape over it, which will get buried when we pour the polyurethane foam, the same foam that we use back here. Figuring out exactly how to install this float for the resistive fuel sender there, and we're going to put a 90-degree bend in this and then cut it a little bit. So the question is where? So all the way down it's there, and all the way up it's there. So getting a piece of wire that's a little bit easier to bend, like this piece of copper, it rotates like that, would be the top position, and then all the way down it's going to be like that. So I think that's the size and shape we need to cut it. Yeah, I think this is working. All the way up, all the way down. Should work right. Tapping the plate for the fuel drains, and the question really is on this taper tap, how far do we go? We're going to stop at 200 thou. And put a couple of coats of this in our baggage compartments. See if we decide to spray the Zolatone in that area as well, but that's that. And then in here I've got a couple of magnets holding, and a magnet down here holding this in while it does its first bond. We cut the holes for our fuel caps in, and our hole saw was a little small, so we just hogged it out with that device, and now we fits in just fine. All right, we're just wrapping things up here towards the end. Got a couple of little tasks that we can knock out before we stop for a few months. I got these places where we can run wires from the outboard corner of the Strake in, and then any wires that come up on the underside of the skin, and then down, and then through here, which the other side is the aft passenger compartment. And the question is, where do we drill the hole? So self-made, so these two line up exactly. These holes down here line up, and we just take this and we figure out where we want the hole on the back side, and that lines up. So we want to put that hole right there. As always, doing this mostly for friends and family, but if you enjoy this content, like and subscribe. Top skins are ready for bonding. Just got to do a little bit of prep work here, kind of basically closing these out with a hard shell so that the fuel tanks are completely sealed, and I don't need to get into here again. These have been sized for the fuel caps that we've got, but I want to, before I recess this, actually I want to go and look at some other installations. So I'm headed to Rough River for that fly-in. Hopefully you can see what other folks have done. And then we're going to be switching gears to doing some electrical work, planning work, trying to figure out and trying to make sure we get our wire runs and that kind of stuff. So that'll take us for a couple episodes, and then we'll be back on finishing up the Strakes probably after the first of the year. All right, okay. Thanks for watching, and as always, build on.